It's a beautiful evening and welcome to Impact Live. I trust you're doing awesomely well. My name is Felix Dazi and welcome to great minutes of conversations that will be a blessing to you. Wherever you're watching us from on television, I want to say welcome to the best minutes of your life. Time for you to be impacted, inspired, and also to get ready to mount up with wings as eagles in 2026. Well, tonight I'll be talking to a man who is an author. He's a personal development consultant with 2 decades of experience. He has written some of the most inspiring books that are impacting lives in Ghana and across the world. He runs a quarterly effective living conference and a monthly life coaching workshop, and he's also a sought after speaker and trainer for schools, churches, and corporate world on topics of mind power and personal development. He's also the founder and president of Spearhead Consult and also behavioral engineering consult. He is also a behavioral engineering consultant and a reverend minister of the gospel with the Victory Bible Church International. He's the immediate past general secretary of the church and held the position from 2012 to 2016. He has been supported by his lovely wife, Helena Otieku, Boadu, and children, Nana Kwejo, Eresi Adobia, and Ethia Nyakwa. My guest for today, I'll be introducing his book to you. This is Leadership Maturity, how to lead with clarity, courage, and character in an age of complexity. This is the hard copy, that's the soft copy on your screen. We'll get to talk about it this 2026. As I said, we are committed to your development and I trust it to be a blessing to you. When I come back from this break, I'll introduce you to our guest. Getting to know he's a pastor. I don't know whether to use bishop or apostle. So let me use reverend. So Reverend Patrick Otieku Boadu is our guest for today. Good to see you, sir.
Yeah, hello.
How are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you too?
I'm good by God's grace.
Excellent.
All right. I'll go for a quick break where you find him talking and speaking is into the transformation of mind and behavior, and this will be a blessing. Take a look. When I come back, I'll get to interact with him. Welcome back, and that was Reverend Patrick Otieku Boadu talking there, and also with some of the insightful nuggets that you will ever get. And I told you we are here in his beautiful office just to have a conversation with him. Good to see you once again, sir.
Good to see you, Felix. How are you?
I'm doing good by God's grace. And getting to know that you are also a reverend minister excites me a lot. How do you combine all these?
You have to manage. You have to combine it. I mean, time management is, in fact, it's not time management because you can't manage time. Okay. You can manage your life in relation to time. Okay. So that is what we have to do. So you wake up every day and you know that there are a number of things you are supposed to do. There are a number of responsibilities you have. So you need to apportion your life to be able to meet all those responsibilities. So that's what we're doing. All right.
So you are apportioning your life to meet all these responsibilities. Yeah, sure. I love that. But with all you do, you have 19 books. Yeah. And the reason why I said
to God's glory.
To God's. you write them yourself.
Yes, I do.
You write, and that's a lot of work.
Yeah, that's a lot of work. Yes. I usually when people write it for you, like you use ghostwriters, I feel a part of me is missing.
It's missing.
So I need to own it. You know. So that's the reason why I have to put it in. And again, over the years, I think that I've adopted the strategy to be able to write. So yeah.
All right. Let's get to talk about your books, amazing books. Which one of them is your favorite? You have Mastering People Management, Customer Service Delivery, The Pursuit, How to Effectively Set Goals and Achieve Them, Assurance of His Presence, The Rainmaker Mission's Mandate, Increasing Personal Productivity, 40 Motivational Capsules, Walking into Your Financial Freedom, Successes for Abnormal People, Rule of not be bullied, right? Rule or be ruled, right? Career development foundations, living beyond boundaries, and systems revolution, and listed opportunities spared, ingenious talent. I'm not sure that's all. All right. So which of them is your favorite?
I don't have a favorite. I think they are all good. Because, I mean, these are all inspired books. And you see, when you are inspired, there's a reason why you are inspired. We don't live for ourselves, we live for other people. And therefore, when you are inspired to write a particular book, you're supposed to solve a problem. You're supposed to inspire someone. So once you write it, it becomes, if you will, a blessing to other people. It becomes a seed to other people. It becomes a gift to other people. So once you write it, people read it and they are blessed. So I wouldn't want to say I have a favorite amongst them. I think that they are all good, and it's just like giving birth and saying that you have favorite among the children. So this is my if you will, my intellectual children. So, so none of them is they are all good. They are all okay. I don't have a favorite.
All right. But did you know this was what you were going to do all your life? That you were going to be into books. You're going to be writing. You're going to be.
I think. See, yes and no. At the very beginning, I wasn't sure. I didn't know what I was actually doing. Primary school, secondary school, I wasn't too sure. Just before the university, I was thinking about maybe land economy.
Okay.
But for some reason that did not work. But I remember just before university, my brother had a friend who used to sell books. And a friend came around, and then he had some of these motivational books, Ogmandino, Foster Hibbert, Napoleon Hill, and he wanted me to buy. And I thought I didn't have money, so I wasn't ready to buy. Then he said, "Okay, you take this book, read it. I'll come back for it in 3 days." And that was Think and Grow Rich, and that was it. That was what changed me.
Think and Grow Rich.
Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. That was what changed me. But when I read that book, I was seeing myself in that book.
Okay.
I was seeing myself in the book and doing what the book was saying. And I'm not surprised that I've been able to do all these things. It's all because I saw myself in it. And I'm someone who would like to share, who would like to share with people the little that I have, the knowledge that I have. So the moment I learn something, I'm looking for opportunity to share with someone. So that has sent me through various schools in this country, various churches in this country, and now I'm focusing more on the corporate organizations, and it's been fantastic. I mean, you are able to impact lives, and then through your messages, through your trainings, through your consultancy, through your transformation agenda, and then also through your books, it's been amazing. I mean, when people know, and that is what makes me know that I'm actually fulfilling purpose.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It actually makes you know that you are fulfilling purpose. And all that.
Purpose is not about you. Purpose is about the other people. Purpose is not what you do, but how people feel when you do what you do. So when people read my book and they are inspired, when people listen to me and they are inspired, that is purpose. So, because it's not about me.
It's not about you.
It's not about me at all. It's about the people who are listening, the people who are learning from me. That is the most important thing.
All right. Which of them was your first of books? Which book did you write first?
It was this guy. Enlisted.
Enlisted.
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe if we want to say the favorite, that's Enlisted.
Enlisted.
That was my favorite. Very small.
Book. Okay.
Yes. And
which year was that?
2006, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, 2006. Yeah.
You are just graduated or something?
No, I was actually working.
You were working?
I was working at Ghana Telecom then.
Okay, at that time.
Yeah,
All right. All right. Let's talk about Enlisted. The inspiration for Enlisted.
Yes.
How did you feel writing your first book?
I was followed the Semano Day to me.
Oh, okay.
We've gone around, done many things, and then gone to schools, done programs and all.
Before I ask, where is he?
I think he's around. It's been a while, but I think he's around.
I should meet him one day.
Yes, sure, definitely.
Amazing.
Yes.
Amazing. Man. So you followed him?
Yes, I did. Wow. I actually was very close. We were just went around together. The schools traveled across the country. And then I think that from that time, I started putting my notes together. When you are going to speak somewhere, you put your notes together and all that. I remember I was supposed to go to UCU, University of Education, Winneba, to go and deliver a message to a group of students.
Okay.
And I was putting my notes together. Then I realized I had volumes, okay? But then a friend of mine who lived opposite us started dealing in laptops. and brought me this very small laptop. And just because of that small laptop, I got excited. I started typing the notes. And all of a sudden, I realized that this is a book material. You know, this is something that I can say. Actually, this and an opportunity was put together.
Okay.
But after that, I realized I was advised to split into two.
Okay.
So I had to split this one, work on this one, and then work on this one. So that is how I started. And then from there, I think that it's been one book after the other, one work after the other. There are some of them, they all have their own personalities, because some of the books, some I take about 6 months to write, some I take 2 weeks, some it takes about maybe 2 years to write. But in all, you know, there are different levels of complexity and all, research and all, to be able to come out with these here.
All right. I love that. I would love to read this. And listen, you spoke about dare to fight.
Yeah.
Daring to fight and all that. And focus, the power of focus and preparation and all that. What does preparation have to do with the destiny of a man?
No, you see, everything you have to do. Okay, let me put it this way. There are two types of development. One is called precocial, and the other one is called altricial. Precocial is for animals like lizards. Okay. These are animals that are born already prepared, or if you will, they are ready to fight, they are ready to hunt, they are ready to live. They can survive on their own when they are hatched. And there are another group of animals like birds and human beings. When we are born, we can't survive immediately. We need caregivers to, you know, take care of us for a very long time. Now, usually a lot of people think they operate like we are precocial. So we go into leadership and we are not prepared. We go into marriage and we are not prepared. We go to school and we are not prepared. We need to understand that it takes time to build. It takes time to develop.
It takes time to build.
It takes time to prepare. It takes
time to develop.
Very good. So whilst you are the time that you need to prepare, if you're driving on the beach road, fire service have something. They say that hard at training, soft on the fire or something. Now there's that concept of preparation. There's that concept of working. You see, when you see a musician playing well and people are clapping for him, what you don't know is that there have been thousands of hours of preparation. Okay. Psychologists tell us that you need 10,000 of hours of practice to gain mastery.
10,000 of hours.
Hours of practice to gain mastery. So if you put in the effort, you will become better. You will become sharper. You become, you know, an excellent person when you put in the effort. Because it is said that if you read 1 hour a day in any area of specialization, in 3 years you become a specialist. In 5 years you become an authority. It's just a matter of making the time to prepare, making the time to deliver. And when you prepare, a time comes that you realize that when you are working, it is fun. When you are working, it is interesting. When you are working, you are able to make the kind of impact.
I love that. When you prepare,
yes.
When you're working, it's fun.
Yes.
Because preparation actually makes you know what you are doing.
Exactly.
And you get to. So preparation.
Yes.
Very, very,
very important in everything that you do.
All right.
In everything that you do. I've seen people start something and they can't finish because of the preparation. I've seen many people where I see many people putting investment and yet they are not able to sustain it. It's all because there wasn't any preparation. I mean, the Bible even says that which of us intending to build a tower will not sit down. You get what I'm saying? So the sitting down, your planning, your preparation towards that destiny.
What do you mean by preparation? When we talk about preparation, what are some of the things that go into preparation?
I think number one, you need to be very reflective.
Reflective.
Be able to look into yourself and go backwards and ask yourself that what have I done? What am I doing? Can I do? You need to be very reflective. Okay. After that, you need to also be very consistent at what you do. So there's something you want to do. You want to build muscle. You need to be consistent at your training. You want to learn a language. You need to be consistent at your studies. You need to learn how to play football. You need to be consistent on the park, in training. So whatever you want to do, you need to be consistent. I am a trainer, so I want to be consistent. I want to be good at what I do. I need to be consistent. So every morning I wake up, I'm learning how to prepare my presentations, how to do PowerPoint, how to do this. I am preparing. I am learning. I need to do it. I need to act it. I need to practice it. It is not just words, but it's an action that you need to take. And when you take those actions, that is the process of preparation. You will get there, and life will be easier for you. Yeah.
Life will be easier for you. I love that. Preparation makes life easy. And I trust this is still available for sale. Is it still?
This is an old guy, but if somebody wants, we can always make it available. Yes.
Right, and you have opportunity.
Yes, opportunity. That's number 2. These are old guys. So.
He talks about.
Well, again, this one it was actually for young people, for them to be able to identify business opportunities in this country and beyond. I say that sometimes people think that when you travel outside, opportunities are there. It is true, but it's not wholly true.
Okay.
Because you see, if you take a gamma lizard from Ghana, you put in the box, and we take it to the UK, it won't change to become a crocodile. It will remain a gamma lizard. If the mindset is wrong, nothing will change you. The location will not help you.
If the mindset is wrong,
the location will not help you.
Do you think mindset is the biggest that God has given us?
Yes. You know why?
Tell me.
Because you see, God, we are spirit beings. Okay. Why are we spirit beings? Because we need to relate with Him. Okay. But on this earth here, for us to function on this earth here, it's your head. It's your brain.
Okay.
Because now look at this. If you take a baby, why is the baby not functional? It's not because of the baby's spirit. It's because of the baby's brains.
Okay.
It's not developed. If you take a mad person, why is the person not being able to be functional? It's not because of the madman's spirit. It's because of the madman's brain. And therefore, what we need to do, I always propose that we need to develop people. Anybody who comes to me, the first thing I'm asking myself is that, do you have to go to school? You have to develop yourself. You have to add something to yourself. You have to do something and develop your brain. Whoever you are, whatever field you find yourself in, whatever profession you find yourself in, you need to develop the brain. You know, because the truth of the matter is that most of the time when it comes to the spirit, what do? We pray, we fast, we read our Bible and all that. We feed the spirit and we commune with God. Okay, but that is good. After that, remember, the heaven belongs to God, the earth I did give it to the children of men. We are supposed to rule on this earth. And ruling on this earth, you need to develop the brain. That is the difference between a developed country and an underdeveloped country.
All right. And you have this new book, Leadership Maturity, How to Lead with Clarity, Courage, and Character in an Age of Complexity. Let me first start. What is the Leadership Maturity Advantage all about?
Are you talking about the program or the book?
The program.
Okay. So it's actually based on the Leadership Maturity book. We are running a program for managers, for leaders, for anybody who is managing people, anybody who is in a supervision role. We are running a program, a 2-day program for those people. And it's on the 12th and the 13th of March at the Palms by Eagles. Yes, that's what we're doing it. And the whole idea is that statistically, our success, only 15% of our success are accounted for by technical skills. Only 15%. 85% of our success are accounted for by our people skills. And therefore, many people will be, when you are being employed, you are employed based on your technical skills, based on your CV. Your behavior is not on your CV. Your character is not on your CV. And therefore, what we are going to talk about is to let people understand that the technical skill is important, but the behavioral skill, the people skill, is crucial. And a lot of people lose out on that part, the people skill. And it's all because a lot of the time we look at strategy, but we're not looking at maturity.
We look at strategy.
A lot of people look at strategy. A lot of companies are looking at strategy. They're looking at the technical skills, and they're not looking at the maturity of the people. So you go to an organization, you see a leader who is always shouting, who is always yelling. That person is not mature. That person hasn't got what the word without to handle people. Because you see, the moment you do that, you actually create a toxic environment. You see a leader who is not able to speak when there are issues. He's not able to handle conflict. So you see a system over there and the people are there and nobody is talking. We call that clan theory. Okay, so they are in a clan. They don't want to disturb anybody. I don't want to say anything. Meanwhile, you are doing something wrong. I must be able to sit down with you and have the difficult question, but people are not able to do that. That is not leadership. Okay, so for what we are talking about is that if you want to learn the techniques, the strategy to become better at handling people, mastering people management, and leading with maturity, that is where we have to be. And trust you is going to change you, is going to shape you, is going to make a difference in your life.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
It's really going to make a difference.
Right. I can't wait for that.
Yeah.
So it's taking place on the
12th and 13th, the 2-day program, 12th and 13th of March.
Okay, that's the flyer on your screen. A 2-day program coming up. And for those who want to attend, what are the numbers to call?
You can call 020-65-00004. It's also on your screen, so you can also get in touch with us through that.
All right. Why is leadership maturity such an important issue in organizations today?
I think, just as I mentioned, that 85% of our success are accounted for by our people skills, and a lot of us miss that. So you see, again, the people go into leadership, they sneak into leadership.
They go into leadership, they
don't deliberately, intentionally groom people into leadership. So for instance, somebody starts working in the year 2000. He works in a particular place, people are retired and all those things, and he finds himself going up the ladder. He you have been here for long, so let's push you up. You go up there, then you go up there, and maybe they go and do their masters, they go and do something else. At the end of the day, they have done all the technical stuff, but relating to people is zero. Nobody sits them down to teach them how to manage people. And you see, again, another area of managing people is emotional intelligence. For instance, being able to understand who the person you are dealing with. First of all, starting with yourself, your self-awareness. Be self-aware. Do you know yourself? And today,
that's the first question.
Do you know yourself?
Exactly.
A lot of people do not know themselves. So they do things, and at the end of the day, they regret. They do because they don't even understand who they are. And today, there are tools that will help us to be able to profile you and let you know who you are. Not only that, but even the people you are working with, profile them as well. And we can put all of you in a cultural setting for you to understand that this is how you operate, this is how the other person operates. You see, everybody operates from the place of his preference.
Everybody operates
from the place of his preference. So today you like to take coffee, I like to take tea. That is my preference, that is your preference. Now, if you are not very careful, you will come in with that, this is who I am, I like tea, and I also say I like coffee. Now, that difference may bring conflict. That different, the fact that you like something and I like something different. Number two, our values. Values are what is important to us. What is important to you is not what is important to me. So as a leader, there may be something that is important to me, but that has got nothing, has no consequence to the people under you. No consequence. And therefore, you go there, you are giving instructions, and the people don't understand because it does not make sense. No, anything that doesn't make sense to any human being, the person will not act on it.
Anything that does not make sense to
they won't act on it. You may see them as whatever they're doing, whatever, they won't act on it because it doesn't make sense. Because human beings are a species that dwells on purpose. We dwell on something that drives us. We drive on something that makes meaning to us. So whatever you are telling the person, if it doesn't make meaning, forget it. If you tell your children to do something that doesn't make meaning, forget it. And that is the reason why there is a need for you to explain yourself. Again, your unconscious mind doesn't grow beyond 6 years. So if you are giving a new instruction and you are making it complex, people will not listen to you. It must be as simple as possible. So I see people communicating, they are using big English. You are just wasting your time. That is not the point. Because at the end of the day, we want to be able to connect with people. You want to be able to work with people, relate with people. Because you see, every organization, there are four categories of things you need to consider. One, your strategy. Two, your structure. These sit at the top, strategy and structure. But these will never be achieved if relationship is bad. It's relationship that gives you the fuel for you to do your strategy and to build your structure. And a lot of people are chasing after strategy. They go for strategy sessions and they come down and people are not talking to each other. Forget about the strategy. Forget about the strategy. So I actually advocate that when people are going for things like retreats, strategic retreats and all those things, there should be elements of emotional intelligence where we understand each other. Somebody has been working with someone for years and is not talking to the person.
Yeah, he's working with a person.
They work in the same environment.
They don't talk.
They don't talk because of whatever. Okay. And these are ego issues, emotional issues, social issues, and things like that. And we need to be able to address these things. and let people feel safe in the particular environment. Because a lot of decisions we take is about safety. If I don't feel safe, I won't do it. I won't be there.
What should leaders do in terms of before we enter into the book? What should leaders do to enhance leadership and should I say subordinate relationship? What should they do to enhance it?
Now, we don't even call it subordinate, because subordinate, the word sub means the person is below you. We say direct support.
Direct support.
Now, remember this: they are the pillars that support you. Without those pillars, you don't exist. You cannot function without the people, without the pillars. So, what you can do to do that, number one, first of all, you need to know yourself. You need to assess yourself, know who you are, and beyond that, you need to understand the kind of people who you are dealing with. Now, there are a number of things we need to work with. Now, I'll talk about just a few. There are a number of them, but one, you need to work and understand how they behave. But behavior is the shallowest. Beyond that, how do they cope when there's crisis? How do they cope? You, as a leader, you need to be able to understand your people. The people under you, you need to understand how they cope. You need to understand what their feelings are, how they feel. You need to understand what are their perceptions, what are the images they are working with, what are the most important people in their lives. For instance, somebody, you wake up, you pick a phone and you are asking for somebody for a report, and that morning that person is in the hospital with the son, and you pick the phone, the first thing you say is that, where is the report? You've missed it. Why? Because the important people in the person's life, you did not acknowledge them. When the person walks in there, all that you need to ask is that, how are you doing? How's your children? And if you know their names, use their names. How's Kwabna doing? How's Koyo doing? How's whatever doing? The person feels connected to you. And because of that, the person is willing to serve you. The person is willing to do more for you. But if everything is command and control, command and control was in 1945.
That kind of leadership.
Yes, it was in 1945.
Okay.
And it worked then, but today we are in VUCA, we are in Bani environment. That we don't need these things. Of course, there are situations that will call for command and control, but it's not something that is something we do every single day. And these are changes that people must understand, and not just understand them from the other head level, but practically be able to understand them and work with them.
All right, practically understand and work with them. So all these will be discussed at the upcoming program on the 12th and 13th, right?
Yes,
all right, and I trust it will be a blessing. What are some of the testimonies that have come out from these things that keep on spurring you on?
Oh, I get mails, I get text messages, and not only that, but recommendations of people come with issues, different issues. Sometimes marital, which I try to run away from. It takes a lot from you, but at least, it's something that sometimes you just have to do it. You help people, so we do that. And then also, but the greatest thing is when you run a session and people evaluate and you see that indeed you are different. Your session has been different. People have been impacted. I'm not even looking at the rating, which is usually in the 90 percentile, but I'm looking more at the end of the day, people being fulfilled, knowing that this is not theory they came to listen to, but there's something more practical they are working with.
All right, I love that. When we come back from this break, we'll enter the book, right? I'll be speaking about it. We'll look at it. Leadership maturity, how to lead with clarity, courage, and character in an age of complexity. I am here with Reverend Patrick Otieku Boadu, and he's the CEO of Spearhead, and we're having an awesome time. Spearhead Consulting. We're here in his office having a wonderful time. I trust that you are being impacted and you are learning a lot. If you've not learned anything, behavioral skills, how to relate with people as a leader. We've spoken a lot about his book Opportunity, and also the first one he wrote, that is Enlisted. And when we come back, we'll look at the latest leadership maturity. Don't go anywhere. I'll be back after this break. Welcome back. You're still watching Impact Live with me, Felix Dazi, and I trust that you are having a wonderful time. We're still here with Reverend Patrick Otieku Boadu, and he shared awesome stuff with us. We said we were going to talk about leadership maturity, how to lead with clarity, courage, and character in an age of complexity. And so you have about 5 parts of this book, right? 5 parts, and you shared on headline themes of this. And the first thing that you spoke about is the foundation of leadership maturity, building relationships and influence. You spoke about the role of self-awareness. What is self-awareness?
You need to appreciate who you are.
Who you are, okay.
There are some people who are not they don't understand who they are, and therefore they can't even bring anything on the table. Once you know who you are, and it's very, very important, how do you know who you are? Number one, you do reflection. But one of the key things that can help you know who you are is feedback. So you need to listen to other people. You need to have a system where people can tell you something, and that means that you need to not need to have ego. You need to be very humble to be able to listen to other people who are telling you this is how we see you. Of course, there are scientific ways, psychological ways of getting this objectively, where you have a number of people who will fill a form for us and then let us know who you are. But I think we need to start by, you need to ask yourself the question, who am I? Who am I? That is the beginning, that is the foundation. Because you see, you want to build leadership, you want to build a building, you want to have a structure. That structure must have a base, and the base is knowing who you are. Because if you don't know who you are, you can't give what you don't have.
You can't give what you don't have.
No. Okay. So first of all, you need to know who you are, understand the person, understand the you. Then you can step out into the market and then be able to work with other people. All
right. Now you spoke about, and they are all in the book, self-awareness, building relationships and influence. And you spoke about communication as a leader, levels of relationship maturity. Are there levels?
Yes.
Okay.
There are levels. I spoke to you, I told you about the fact that you have behavior level. Behavior level is very shallow. So you are dealing with people, you are just observing what a person is doing. It's very, very shallow. Beyond that, beyond the apart from the behavior, you have environmental issues as well that you need to factor in. And beyond that, we need to go into your capability and skill. That is mental, that is cognitive. Then we go into beliefs and value. What I believe is what you hold to be true. Values are what is important to you. These are very strong drivers, things that drive you, and therefore you need to understand that level. You are dealing with people, you need to understand what their beliefs are, what their values are. Because when I know your values, I'll be able to work with you easily. For instance, and sometimes we look at people, somebody comes to work with you, he's a national service person, he's not married. So he just gets out. Now you tell him to stay to 8 o'clock, the person will stay. So the guy is very hard working. Wait till the person gets married. Things will change. Why? Because his values would have changed. He would have reorganized his values. Now, as a leader, you need to appreciate those dynamics. If you don't appreciate those dynamics, you still want the person to stay till 8 o'clock. You're not being sensible. You're not being sensible. Why? Because the things have changed, and you need to appreciate the changes in the person's life. And say, no, the guy is not going to close at 8 anymore. He's going to maybe close at 5. He's going to close at 5:30. Then you need to factor that into your system. Of course, you may be having other people who are willing to close at 8 o'clock. But you need to understand those. If you don't understand those dynamics, the same person who was a star, very soon you start having a problem with the person because you think the person is lazy. The person is not lazy. His values has changed. Just as your values change as well. Usually in an organizational setting, the top people who are at the very, very top, the senior, most people, their life, their personal values and that of the organization values are similar. The people below, they are miles apart, and therefore we need to guide them and help them to that level. A time is going to come, they will also be able to work and be able to appreciate it and then be able to have the similar values as well. And the HR will have to do a lot of work, and leadership will have to do a lot of work to be able to appreciate these dynamics. Unfortunately, many people do not know, and therefore we just throw people in there, we expect them to succeed. They won't succeed. They will fail successfully.
They will feel successful.
Yes.
They'll make sure that they
yeah.
All right. So all these things have to be very well taken care of. Very, very important. You spoke about bunny environments, and but now here you say thriving in bunny environments.
Yes.
How do you thrive in bunny environments?
Well, the times we are in requires your appreciation of the time. Remember, I said that in if actually the beginning of the century, knowledge was doubling. Example, knowledge was doubling every 25 years.
Okay.
By 1945, knowledge is doubling by 1980s, knowledge is doubling every 13 months. Today, knowledge doubles every 12 hours.
Every 12 hours?
Every 12 hours. What it means is that the knowledge you have today, by the time we finish this training, this exercise, and you go on TV, is obsolete. And therefore, you need to constantly keep revolving, constantly keep evolving, constantly keep learning, studying, because there are new things coming every day, new things coming all the time. And that is what we need to let people know, that things are not the same. The system, the times are breaking. I mean, COVID came to teach us a lesson. You know, and a lot of people were found wanting. The churches were found wanting. They couldn't meet. They couldn't. Their companies couldn't survive. And that is what we need to understand. That what if something else hits tomorrow? What are we going to do? Are we prepared for that? And that is the reason why we need to be able to appreciate the dynamics of the times. Today we're talking about AI. How many people are we factoring AI or we're already fighting people not use AI? You can't stop it. Students not using it. You can't stop it. You can't stop it. So we will have to go do higher, you know, so, to be able to work, operate, and appreciate the kind of times that we find ourselves in. If you don't, you'll be anachronistic. You'll be lost.
All right. Interesting. You also spoke about stages of leadership evolution.
Yes.
Are there stages of leadership evolution?
Yes. Actually, the number of I actually put in a number of people who have done some work in that respect, but I'll just give you one.
Okay.
We are told that one stage, the first stage, is the stage of waking up. As a leader, you need to wake up. When we say wake up, what do we mean? Waking up simply means that you need to be aware. Yes, we said of your environment, aware of yourself, aware of your environment. Be aware. Be real about your life. Be real about a thing. Be aware. Number two, after waking up, you need to own up.
Own up.
Yes, you need to own up. Owning up means that you are taking responsibility for your life. You are taking responsibility. You're taking action. You are not lying to yourself, and you're not lying to other people. You are owning up. If you fail, you own up to the failure. Whatever happens, you own up to it, because that is how you can grow. It is from there that you go to grow up, that you begin to put in the strategy, the system to be able to grow up. Are you going to read books? Are you going to have mentors? Are you going to exercise? What are you going to do? What course are you going to do? I have taken upon myself that every 2 to 3 years I must do a new course. Why? Because the work I do, if I keep on going there with the old knowledge, I'll be out of business. So I need to always upgrade myself. So every 2 to 3 years, I check and ask myself, now it's the second year, the third year, I need to get a new. So I go pay money, very expensive, and then do a course. Why? Because I want to upgrade myself. The interesting thing is that as you do the new courses, you can now link it to the old courses that you've done, and it's amazing. It's interesting, you know. So once you've grown up, then you can go to the last level of showing up. Now, this is what happens. A lot of people want to show up without growing up.
A lot of people want to show up without growing up. Okay.
They want to be there. They want to use all the fancy cars without knowing how to get there. They are young people. They just started life now. They want to ride the best of cars. They are not growing. Grow into it. You see somebody doing something and you want to be like that person overnight. Sucks overnight. It doesn't happen. Even instant coffee was prepared in the factory before it got to you to become instant.
Okay.
Instant coffee. Exactly. Remember, it was produced somewhere before it came to you, and you call it instant. So even instant things have gone through preparation. And therefore, as leaders, we need to understand that your first layer, waking up to the reality. The second layer is owning up to your mistakes, owning up to your responsibilities. Look, if you are a father, own up. If you are a mother, own up. Whatever you are doing, own up. If you make mistakes, own up. Then from there, after you've owned up, you now say, okay, now this is my weakness. This is the reality. Now let me grow up. In growing up, it takes work. It takes pain. It takes sacrifices. You put in the sacrifice, put in the work. You know, sometimes I say it in this way, that when people are doing their all night, I will spend that night reading, studying, developing myself. You know, so when I come out, we all come out in the morning, we are not the same. We are not the same. When you are a trainer and I'm a trainer, and I spend the whole night, I've spent it because actually what I do is that I actually always research and work on my books and all that. So all this knowledge that I've gathered and I continue to work on, it takes a lot of work. You see all the books over here. My digital library is about 600 books. My physical library is about 3,000 books.
Wow. 3,000?
Yes. You know, and it's something I realize that is the source of my strength. You know, apart from the spiritual, that is the source of my strength. You need to be ahead of your team. So when somebody comes to speak and I come to speak, what is the difference? The difference must be there. The difference must be clear. So don't be like everybody else. Be unique, be different, but put in the effort, put in the work. You know why we clap for people when they come to perform? You know what we are clapping for? You are not clapping for that 30 minutes performance. No, you are actually clapping for the years of exercise, the years of work, the years of that they've worked. When you are paying someone, you are not paying for the 1 hour he comes to stand there to speak. You are paying for the work he has put in, for him to understand, for him to come and deliver to you. So it's a lot of work. So we don't have to take things for granted. You know, it is, your life must be lived deliberately.
Life must be lived deliberately.
You can't live it by accident. You can't live your life by accident. You must live it deliberately. You must know what you want. You must be deliberate about what you want, and you must pursue what you want. Forget about everybody else. It's you. It's your life. It's an individual affair. It's between you and your God. What is the assignment that God gave to you? That is what you have to pursue. There is a specific assignment God gave to you. You need to pursue that and achieve it. If you do that, you've accomplished your goal. And that is what we have to focus on.
I love that. That's what we have to focus on. And all this is in the Leadership Maturity book. And you get this. And I know that next time this is where we'll wrap up. He spoke about politics, how to navigate your way with integrity in politics. You ought to. Because a lot of people are battling with company politics. I have a friend, he's worked in over 8 companies in the last 3 years. Oh, yes. Because anywhere he goes, he says, oh, politics, every time, politics, oh, this one. That
it won't stop. You shouldn't be going anywhere else. You stay there and work with it.
Because of his mental health, you know, fellas, I used to stay in the UK. My mental health is important, and
Master, he has to grow. He has to get the book.
He has to get the book, because everywhere there's company politics.
Yes. And you see, a lot of people are naive, so they just live their lives as if it doesn't exist. It exists, but play it with wisdom. Understand that you can do away with it. You need to learn how to play it.
So what do you have to do? Do you have to be a snitch, or you have to be the boss's favorite, or you have to
There are 2 ways people rise in every organization. They rise by politics, they rise by performance. Now,
that's deep. 2 ways people rise
in every
politics
organization or by performance. Now, when you rise by politics, it's just a matter of time. When the change of leadership comes, you'll be moved. But when you rise by performance, nobody will move you. Even when there's a change of leadership, you will still be there. That's number 1. Number 2, the other thing you need to understand is that people will play the politics whether you like it or not. So you must also learn to play it ethically. So that, for example, simple things like keeping report, keeping your note. When somebody asks you to do something, send a mail to the person. You have evidence. Tomorrow when something happens, somebody's want to play the politics and say, I did this one. You say that, oh no, I think I was the person who brought this up. I was the person who suggested this. I was the person who did this one. Because people can take whatever you have done and make it their own. But you need to be wise. Some of the people are naive. So, no, please. What you need to do is that if you know that you have come out, that is why we do copyright. Why do we do copyright? Somebody can just take my book and say that he's the one who wrote it. So we do copyright to protect ourselves. So in the same way, when you are in the office, play the politics ethically to protect yourself. That's all.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Alex. Excellent.
That was good. That was good. And